Hey, a while ago I was rereading Dune, a book I really love, and one small detail completely captured my imagination. A floating lamp, just silently hovering in the room, lighting it without ever touching the floor. I couldn't stop thinking about it. So naturally my brain went, let's try to design one. But I didn't want it to just look cool. I wanted it to move, to float, to follow you around gently, like a warm little light spirit, simple enough in concept, extremely unrealistic in execution. Still, I started researching how it could actually float. I ruled out drones right away, too noisy, too mechanical, too boring. Then I found something more elegant, ion propulsion, specifically. Electrohydronomic thrusters, or EHD thrusters. They move air using high voltage. No moving parts, no sound, just ionized air quietly pushing it upward. It sounds futuristic, and it is, because the thrust is ridiculously low, like barely enough to lift a feather. But I couldn't shake the idea, so I kept going. I imagined a frosted, jellyfish-like shell, something soft, glowing, and light enough to maybe lift. Inside it would house a cluster of tiny HD thrusters, a warm LED light source, a microcontroller, a lightweight battery, and some kind of sensor, LiDAR. Maybe infrared, so it could detect where you are and follow you. To make the structure as light as possible, I started thinking about materials. I wanted something insanely lightweight but still strong. So I sketched up a frame using a composite of carbon fiber and aerogel material so light it is almost unreal. It might not be practical yet, but it felt right for the idea. I threw together a rough bill of materials, estimated costs, and started sketching. As a prototype, it might cost a few £100. In mass production, maybe less. But I wasn't building a product. I was chasing a thought. Of course, there are some pretty obvious problems. The thrust-to-weight ratio is awful. Battery tech isn't quite where it needs to be. And, well, high-voltage devices floating freely in your house. Not ideal. Still, I animated a rough version, just a simple loop floating up. Drifting down, in my head, it moves like a curious firefly. It's part sci-fi, part art, and maybe part hallucination from a sleep-deprived brain. But that's how my ADHD works sometimes. One tiny detail in a book becomes a 2-week design obsession. I don't always build the thing, but I always learn something along the way. So yeah, that's mine. Floating lamp inspired by Dune, imagined in late-night spirals. Let me know what you change, or if you want something like this floating around your space. Thanks for watching.